Good day, teacher and classmates. My name is Ingrith Fernandez Moreno, and today I'm going to present my project called Improving Students' Confidence in Speaking English through Interactive Activities. Well, this project was created during phase 4 of the course Foreign Language Acquisition and Learning. The main purpose of this project is to help students feel more confident, motivated, and comfortable when speaking English during class activities. During my observation practice, I noticed that many students feel nervous, insecure, and afraid of making mistakes when they have to speak in English. Because of this fear, many students prefer to stay silent and do not participate actively in oral activities. Some students also feel anxiety when they speak in front of their classmates. This problem observed in a virtual English class with 31 students. I could see that many students have had difficulties participating orally because they lacked confidence and fluency. For this reason, I decided to create interactive activities that could make learning more dynamic, fun, and less stressful for students. In my opinion, confidence is very important in language learning because students need to feel safe and comfortable in order to express their ideas. If students are afraid of making mistakes, they will participate less and their speaking skills will improve more slowly. For this reason, my project includes games, teamwork activities, digital tools, collaborativity, learning, and interactive speaking exercises. These strategies can help students feel more relaxed and motivated during English classes. Well, now I'm going to explain the different activities included in my poster. The first activity is called Speak and Guess. The objective of this activity is to improve speaking confidence using past participles. In this activity, students describe actions or situations, and their classmates try to guess if the information is true or false. For example, a student can say, I have eaten sushi before, or I have visited another country. The classmates try to guess if the sentence is true or false. These activities use word wall and gamification strategies. I select this activity because games make students feel more relaxed and interested in participating. Students can practice grammar and speaking at the same time in a fun environment. I think this activity is important because students practice English and naturally without feeling too much pressure. Also, students improve pronunciation, fluency, listening, and interaction with classmates. The second activity is pair speaking practice. Okay, the objective of this activity is to develop speaking fluency and interaction between students. In this activity, students work in pairs and ask each other questions using expression like "Have you ever?" For example, students can ask questions like "Have you ever traveled to another city?" Or have you ever eaten Chinese food? Or have you ever met a famous person? Students answer the questions and continue the conversation naturally. This activity can be developed using Zoom or Microsoft Teams during virtual class. These activities promote collaboration activity learning because the students work together and help each other communicate in English. I believe this activity is useful because students feel less nervous when they speak with only one parent instead of speaking in front of the whole class. Also, this activity improves communication skills, confidence, listening, comprehension, and vocabulary. Students learn to express ideas in a more spontaneous way. Well, the third activity is called My Story in 1 Minute. The objective of this activity is to practice fluency and oral expression in this activity. Um, Students talk about personal experience for 1 minute. For example, students can talk about their family hobbies, favorite memories, vacations, pets, or daily routines. This activity is genuinely an interactive learning strategies. I select this activity because the students can express emotions, idea, and experience in a natural and personal way. I think that this activity is very important because it helps the students improve fluency and confidence little by little. At the beginning, some students may feel nervous, but with practice, they become more comfortable speaking English. So, another positive aspect is that students learn to organize ideas, improve pronunciation, and speak more naturally without memorizing everything. The fourth activity is a verb get game verb challenge. The objective of this activity is to practice past participle in a fun and dynamic way. Students answer quickly using the correct past participle forms of verbs. For example, the teacher says the base form of a verb like go, and students must answer gone. Another example can be eat, and students answer eaten. This activity uses verbal and game-based learning strategies. I believe games are excellent tools for language learning because they motivate participation and reducing anxiety in students. Students feel more excited and active during class when they participate in games and compet- competitions. These activities also improve memory, grammar, pronunciation, and quick thinking skills. The fifth activity is true or false story. The objective of this activity is to improve speaking skills and creativity. In this activity, students create true and false sentences about personal experience, and classmates try to identify which information is true or false. For example, a student can say, I have traveled to Brazil. I have eaten pizza with chocolate. I have met a famous singer. The classmates ask questions and try to discover the false statement. This activity uses generally an active learning strategy. I select this activity because it promotes creativity, participation, and communication and interaction between students. I think this activity helps students enjoy and learning English while speaking naturally and sharing experience with classmates. Well, now I want to explain the assignment plan including my project. The methods used for evaluation are observation and participation. During the activities, the teacher observes how students participate, communicate, interact, and use English in class. The rubric includes aspects like active participation, correct grammar, speaking fluency, confidence, and communication skills. I think um, assessment should not only focus on grammar mistakes, it is also important to evaluate uh, evaluate participation, effort, motivation, creativity, and confidence because these aspects are very important in language acquisition. The implementation plan includes one activity per class during weekly English sessions. The project integrates gamification, collaborative learning, active learning, and digital tools. Well, in my opinion, technology is very important in modern education because it helps teachers create more dynamic and interactive classes. Digital tools increase students' motivation and participation. Okay, now I want to answer the getting questions for the course. Well, the most valuable experience for my teaching practice was understanding that students learn better when they feel comfortable, motivated, and emotionally support. I learned that emotional factors are very important in language learning. I also understood that every student learns differently. Some students learn better with games, others with visual materials, teamwork, conversation, or interactive activities. Because of this, teachers need to use different methodologies and strategies. My view about language acquisition evolved during this course because now I understand that learning a language is not only about memorizing grammar rules or vocabulary. Language learning also involves emotions, con- confidence, interaction, participation, communication, and motivation. Before this course, I thought teaching English was mainly about grammar exercise. But now I understand the importance of creating meaningful and an interactive learning experience for students. One of the activities from the Agora presentation that inspired me the most was the use of digital tools, artificial intelligence, gamification, and virtual reality. I really like how students use innovative activities to improve speaking confidence and participation. I especially like the idea of creating relaxed learning environments where students are not afraid of making mistakes. I think this is very important because the students need emotional support and confidence in order to communicate better in English. From the Agora event, I learned that as a future teacher, I should always try to motivate students, understand their needs, and create positive learning environments. I also learned that creativity, and innovation are very important in education. Teachers should not only explain topics, but also create a meaningful experience that help students feel happy, motivated, and interested in learning. Well, finally, I can say that this course helped me improve my understanding about language acquisition, teaching methodologies, digital tools, and innovating educational strategies. As a future English teacher, I want to continue learning new methodologies and activities that help students learn more, uh, improve more confidence, fluency, participation, and communication skills in English. I believe that a good teacher is not only someone who teaches grammar or vocabulary, but also someone who inspires students, supports them emotionally, and helps them believe in their own abilities. So this is the final of my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.